Now, most Chinese stocks are performing really good in the markets today because as you know, the screen you notice that Baba today is trading over 20%, whilst Neo is trading over 18%, and we've got XPeng trading over 25% and Li Auto trading over 26%. Now, this is something, or this came after the Chinese government came out and indicate that they support all those Chinese companies who are trading publicly outside of China, which is something that is truly amazing. This is one thing that is seriously boosted the share price of most of the Chinese stocks today. And of course, this is something that the regulators have been in China have been telling us that they are doing, or they are progressing quite well when it comes to finding good resolutions that will make the Chinese stocks to continue listing in the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that I think it brings a lot of excitement to the investors and of course to those that sold their Chinese stocks. It also gives them hope again to probably go in and buy these Chinese stocks yet again. So what the government said today, ladies and gents, is that they indicated that they are still encouraging a lot of their companies to go and publicly list outside of China, which is something that is truly amazing, as this is somehow assures investors that they need not to be worried about the Chinese stocks that list or that are listing in the New York Stock Exchange, as the government has fully backed or is in support of these Chinese stocks or Chinese companies going out and list outside of China, which is something that is truly amazing. This is one of the main reasons why we are seeing most Chinese stocks today reacting or trading much higher in terms of share price. This is good news, or these are good news, like I said, to investors. And I believe that these new statements which was uttered by the Chinese government, I think it should give you comfort when you are investing into these Chinese stocks. And yes, I know time and again there will always be political tensions, but in a long run I definitely believe that these Chinese stocks, we might see them, or we are going to see them continuing to trade in the New York Stock Exchange. And of course, it's not only China nor the Chinese regulators, even the big financial institutions have been saying that they are still very bullish on the Chinese stocks. They are still very in support or supporting the Chinese stocks. In fact, we read 2 days ago that Goldman Sachs is still having an overweight rating to all Chinese stocks, which is something that, like I said, it has to motivate you or shows you that even the big fishes, the big financial institutions can see the potential that lies within these Chinese stocks. And yesterday, of course, we saw that UBS, or Union Bank of Switzerland, indicated that Chinese stocks are now their most preferred stocks, which is something that must just show you again that these big institutions are really seeing good future prospects, are really seeing some serious potential on these Chinese stocks, which is something that, like I always say, as I've been saying, that this should motivate you to probably also remain bullish on most of the Chinese stocks, because they will do very well in the future, regardless of these short-term headwinds. And already we are seeing some good results from the markets today, as most of the Chinese stocks, like I said, they are trading higher in terms of share price, which is or might be a good sign that they are still good things that we can expect to happen in these Chinese stocks. I mean, of course, delisting fears did not start affecting these Chinese stocks. Now, this is something that has been in the markets for almost a year, because for those of you that remember, these things started in the first half of 2021, which it has been dragging the Chinese stocks in terms of the share price, or it caused or resulted in most Chinese stocks to fall sharply in terms of the share price, which is something that to get to see or to finally see or hear China saying that they are in support of the Chinese stocks which are listing or have listed outside of China is something that is truly amazing, and it is the one that must make you to or motivate you to probably stay long onto these Chinese stocks. This, like I said, just has to teach you not to quickly panic when you hear rumors, when you hear news from other retail investors and other probably institutions indicating that they are probably selling some of these Chinese stocks, but rather make sure that you take some time gathering facts, gathering more at least sources indicating or confirming that indeed most Chinese stocks are going to be delisted, then probably take action, because those of you that sold, for example, when NIO was trading around $14 are now seriously panicking, because now NIO trades over $17 per stock, and this came after the Chinese government just show the good support they have for all those Chinese companies that are trading outside of China, like in the New York Stock Exchange. And this is something that I believe that more positive news are still going to come out about these delisting fears. I think in the next few weeks, some analysts, some financial institutions believe that China will come out with a solid statement as to what's to take place. And of course, we are expecting positive things. China has been telling us that they will be uttering or announcing probably positive things very soon about these delisting fears, which is something that I think is truly amazing. Now, though these are good news to the retail investors and to all the investors that are investing into the Chinese stocks, you will remember that today the US, we are expected to hear the Fed speech, or the Fed announcing the first probably interest rate hike in 2022, which is something that we already know that the Fed is going to increase interest rates, as they had already indicated last time in their FOMC meeting, which is something that I think it's just a matter of us getting to see as to by how much are they going to increase these interest rates, which is something that I believe that though it might have an impact or a slight impact in growth stocks or in most growth stocks, this is something that, if you remember correctly, some analysts believe that the market will easily find its way around these interest rate hikes, which are expected to unfold in 2022, which is something that I think it should give you some comfort. Otherwise, I'm just patiently waiting for that FOMC meeting, and I just want to monitor how the interest rates will be like, or by how much the Fed will increase these interest rates. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you can load the boat, or before you can buy these Chinese stocks or these Chinese shares, please do make sure that you also go out there, do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing into these stocks. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.